Hi, I'm Darlene Panzera from Aspiring Writer Academy, and today I'm going to talk about why book reviews are important, how to get readers to review your book, and how to handle negative reviews. Number 1, why are book reviews important? Reviews are a marketing tool. Book reviews on Amazon and other retailers give potential readers valued opinions from others who have already read your story so they can make an informed decision should they buy your book or not. A book with a lot of 4- and 5-star good reviews will convince readers to buy and read your book. Numerous 1- and 2-star negative reviews may convince the reader to move on to someone else's book. This is why the number one most important thing an author can do is write a good book. As an author, you want as many reviews for your book as possible, especially when the book is first released. If you reach 100 reviews quickly and are also getting sales, Amazon may help increase your book's visibility by creating customers also bought type promotion and placing your book in category charts like top 100 in romance and possibly an inclusion in marketing emails. This can lead to even more sales and reviews. Before your book releases, early reviews and endorsements from other prominent authors can also be printed on either the front or the back of your book cover or inside the front pages to give your story credibility that yes, your book is worthy to be read because big-name authors said so. You can also put good book reviews on your website, your bookmarks, your promotional materials, and on social media. Number 2, how do you get book reviews? Ask, in the back of your book, include a page that asks the reader to leave a review of your story on Amazon and other retailers. You can make it simple by including a QR code the reader can scan with their smartphone to take them straight to your review page. Most sales and book reviews will come from readers on your author email newsletter list. Assuming you can write a good story, the larger your loyal list of fans, the more reviews you tend to have. This is why it is very important to start growing your email newsletter list even before you're first published. Also, promote your story months before the book releases to get your audience excited to read your book. Don't wait until your book launch to find reviewers. If you are new to publishing, getting reviews for your book can seem like a daunting task. First-time authors usually ask their friends and family to leave a review on your Amazon or other online retailer book page, but do not ask them to all leave 5-star reviews, or Amazon may get suspicious and remove many of them. The purpose of reviews is to guide other readers in their decision to buy your book by giving an honest assessment of your story. Always encourage your reviewers to state, "I received a free book from the author in exchange for an honest review." Some reviewers also add, "All opinions are my own." This shows Amazon that you didn't pay or bribe the reviewer to write a good review. Amazon also favors reviews from people who have bought your book through Amazon. At the top of the review, Amazon will highlight the phrase verified purchase. This way, other readers know the reviewer actually bought the book. It's all about trust. Serious authors who plan to make a career out of writing books can pay to have their book listed on advanced reader copy and review sites such as BookSirens, NetGalley, and BookSprout. Potential reviewers have the option to download an online version of your book and give an honest review. You can also accept or decline those who sign up to review based on their profile. This is a good way to get several early reviews before your book launch. Your marketing plans may also include a book tour. You can pay companies to plan a book tour for you, or you can set up your own by contacting individual bloggers or podcasters and ask if they will review your book or host you as a guest blogger or do an author interview or a Q&A session. Followers of these bloggers, influencers, and podcasters will learn more about you and your story and may buy, read, and review your story. The more exposure, the better. You may even want to line up book signing events at local bookstores and read part of your story to encourage potential readers to buy and review. Another way to get reviews is to create an author Goodreads account and pay to sign up for a promotional book giveaway. Example, you can give away 3 print copies of your book in a giveaway lasting 3 weeks. Goodreads draws the winner and the author sends the books to the winners. Or you can give away a free ebook. Readers have to put your book on their want-to-read list in order to be eligible to enter the giveaway. This boosts your book's visibility and encourages sales and reviews on your Goodreads book page, as well as your Amazon and other retail book pages. Another way to get reviews is through word of mouth and promotional materials such as bookmarks or pens. Talk with everyone you meet about your new book and offer them a freebie with your website on it. Your business card or your bookmark can also include your book cover, back cover blurb, and a quoted review. The more people who discover your book, the more reviews you may have. Number 3, how do you handle a negative review? Does a negative review mean your story stinks? No. It could mean that the reader didn't like that kind of book or style or genre or the themes presented. It's just one person's opinion and every reader is different. You can't please everyone. Perhaps the reader was just having a bad day. Sometimes a reader will mistakenly post a review for another author's book on your book page. This happened to me. The names of the characters mentioned weren't even in my story, and the reviewer referred to a different book title. So it was just a mistake. However, if you consistently get less than favorable reviews of your story, perhaps it's time to consider that maybe your readers are picking up on something that you need to strengthen in your next story. Do several negative reviews mention the same thing, such as unmotivated or weak characters, slow pacing, or an unbelievable plot or an unsatisfactory ending? Use this harsh critique for good by studying these areas. Take a class, find a mentor or a critique group to help you fix these weak points in your writing. Let's talk about the emotional aspect. As an author, you need to develop a thick skin and learn that a negative review of your story is not an attack on you as a person. It's not personal, although it may seem so. Never respond or engage in an argument with someone who gave you a negative review. Not ever. Let it go. Many first-time authors have a hard time dealing with criticism, but it's part of the business. To make yourself feel better, go online and Google famous author book rejections, and you will be surprised how many rejections even the most famous authors and their books received. Almost every author receives criticism and rejections at some point in their careers. Not every book is a bestseller. Now let's talk about the external reality of a negative book review. A new release needs as many reviews as possible to boost its visibility in the algorithms and get more potential readers to see your book. All reviews help boost a new release, even a negative one. So if you have a couple 1- and 2-star ratings mixed in with your higher ones, it's okay. There are online trolls out there who will take delight in giving authors a 1-star rating for no good reason at all. But all reviews count and help boost your book. And if your story contains controversial themes or elements, a negative review could spark interest in your book and boost your sales. Readers may buy your book and read it just to see what the controversy is all about and judge for themselves. This happened to a friend of mine. She was very hurt by the awful criticism that some left on her review page, but the book went on to win awards and went into a 2nd, 3rd, and 4th printing. That means lots of sales. So sometimes a negative review can be a good thing and drive sales, but just because it worked for her doesn't mean it will for you. I do not recommend you tackle a highly controversial topic hoping for more reviews. Lastly, I'd like to share a story of what happened to me the night before the release of my first book series. I had released a few single books before, but this was my first series with my own name. I had a contract from a top publisher for 3 novellas titled The Cupcake Diaries. These romantic comedies were lighthearted and kind of silly, which was different from anything else I'd ever written. I was also a new author, still learning how the big world of publishing worked. The publisher did most of the promotions for me and lined up a book tour with reviewers. The night before the release date, I only had 1 review. It had come in early. The review looked like it came from a blogger who totally did not fit my sweet romance genre, and the reviewer actually said they didn't normally read romance. Then the reviewer tore my story to shreds, criticizing everything about it like it was the most ridiculous waste of time and worst series ever written. At least that's how I took it. I was crushed. As a new author, I thought I'd be a laughingstock and this release would end my career before it ever started. I cried and cried. I was embarrassed and I dreaded the book's release the following day. What I didn't realize until later was that the reviewer listed off everything this book had to offer despite using derogatory sentences, as if everything was a bad thing. Each one was true, and actually good for a reader who likes reading romance. The reviewer said it as if it was the most horrible thing that the story included a happily ever after ending, a romance between a hunky hero and a struggling cupcake shop owner, a story set in a rural small town, and so on and so on. The list kept going, and it was everything a romance should have, but the way she said it was just horrible. To this day, I don't know whether the blogger intended to write that review that way when it was really meant for good or not. Was she being sarcastic and I missed it? Or did she really hate romance? I still have mixed feelings about it. All I know is that I went from the lowest of lows to the highest of highs within a 12-hour period. The following morning, my editors were ringing my phone every hour, giddy with excitement, because this silly Cupcake series from an unknown author had managed to land on the top 10 chart of the Barnes & Noble Nook at number 6, one notch above a new release by one of the most famous authors I know. The editors said they were going to immediately do some more promotion to help boost up my book even more. To this day, that silly Cupcake Shop book series, which includes 5 books now, has had the most sales and has made me the most money out of all the books I have ever written to this day. So just because you got a bad review doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Keep writing, keep learning, and never give up. Go for the dream. If you like this content, please like and subscribe to our channel. That way you don't miss out on any future videos. And if you would like help with your story, I invite you to click the link below and download our free Brainstorming Your Story Idea worksheet filled with 7 pages of fill-in-the-blank templates and examples to keep your story moving forward.